to the world famous
Hi.
Look,
Woo!
I sometimes I look forward to Tuesday just because it's Taco Tuesday, but I look forward to this show. Can you believe that? Isn't that weird?
No way.
Taco, ta- Amok, Taco, Amok Tuesday doesn't sound. Taco Tuesday sounds better, but Amok
A.M.O.K Taco
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
Mako.
A.M.O.K.
Amako. We
Amako.
need another O.
A.M.O.K.
We need. I guess we will be a Mucko tonight because we have a guest. He's from Oregon, I believe, right?
Oh, there
Yes.
you go.
Yes.
So we'll be a Mucko tonight. All right, but enough about him. I mean, enough about him. We got it's all about it's about the K, right?
The K.
That's
K
right. It's all
in
about
A.M.O.K.
K. So take it away, Pam.
Oh, sorry.
Amaze us with all that wonderful stuff.
You would be surprised. I found a whole lot that's going on between now and the 31st of August. So
Okay, that's enough.
in
Wow.
Kansas, yeah.
Okay.
I had to thin it out, and I still have quite a bit. So I'm going to start going breakneck speed here.
Okay,
We've got,
breakneck.
yes, Leavenworth Arts at the Park. If you go to their Leavenworth Arts Council website, you can find out more about it. And it's coming up this weekend. We've got the Eli Young Band concert. It's August 22nd in Wichita. We've got the Kansas Maize Sunflower Festival. You can find their official website at kansasmaize.com. It's a family-friendly event with sunflower fields, photo ops, and painting classes. They also have a sunflower trail run on the 23rd and a sunflower craft market on the 30th. And then we have Yoder Day, which is in Yoder, Kansas. It's an old-time
Yoda?
Yoder.
Yoder.
Oh,
Yoder.
Yoder.
It's an Amish community in Kansas. Old old time food, music, fireworks, traditional skills and crafts, and a large horse drawn parade, which is kind of cool. Meadow Creek's going to be performing. That's August 23rd in Yoder, and you can go to the Kansas Tourism website for more details on that. And then we have the Middle of Everywhere Festival. It's in Humboldt, Kansas, which is up by Iola. It's a music festival with regional touring artists playing blues and roots music. It's August 29th through the 31st. And you can visit the City of Humboldt website or the Middle of Everywhere Music Festival Facebook page. And we have the Kansas City Irish Fest, which is really cool. And you can find out more about it at the Kansas City Irish Center website. And then in Kansas City, Kansas, they are going to have on August 20th and 23rd at the New Century Air Center, they're going to have B-29 rides, which is kind
Oh
of neat.
yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Right?
rides. You get to experience a
Wow.
ride on the iconic B-29 super fortress named Fifi. So
Fifi?
that's
I would love to.
Fifi.
I've seen Fifi, but I never rode in Fifi. That would be awesome.
How cool would that be? And so you can go
My
to the
mom
air.
had a wiener dog named Fifi. That's
Oh,
why I
my
love
No.
grandparents had a poodle named Fifi. You go to Air Power Tour website for more information on that one. Um, we've got the Woodshed Market Back to School Car Show on August 24th in Topeka, and they do have a Facebook page, which is just Woodshed Market Topeka. There's a His Helping Hands. It's a smorgas chorus event. Oh, I knew I was going to screw that up. Smorgas Chorus Benefit Show. It's a cappella gospel, choral, and popular music. It's August 24th in Wichita. And you can look for South Central Kansas Smorgas Chorus on Instagram or His Helping Hands on Facebook.
It's hard to say.
That is very hard to say. I
Yeah.
even practiced that one and still messed it up. August 23rd in Overland Park, there's adult trivia night and silent auctions. And if you go to Overland Park city page, there's one for Schitt's Creek trivia night, which is super fun. I think that would be really fun. I love Schitt's Creek.
Never watched it.
And oh, it's so good.
Mhm.
Then there in Manhattan, Kansas, on August 31st is Yuma Street Cultural Festival. They're celebrating freedom, culture, and resilience with traditional music, dance, food, arts, and crafts. We've got music trivia at the Artichoke Sandwich Bar in Midtown in Wichita on the 20th. It's every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Oh, and then there's a first annual Putt for a Purpose mini golf event. It's August 22nd in Wichita. And there's a group, they're called Beatles versus Stones. And they're doing a Beatles versus Stones musical showdown August 28th
Oh wow.
in Wichita. That should be interesting for sure.
I prefer Beatles over the Stones.
Right? And then there's an end of summer luau. It's a tropical day to night celebrations with drinks, music, and pickleball tournaments. It's August 29th in Overland Park. And Guitars and Cadillacs is live country music, August 29th and 30th in Overland Park. And they have a
Hillbilly
website,
music, right?
Guitars and Cadillacs. Yep, sure do. And then we always bring this one back around, Kansas City Ren Festival, Saturdays and Sundays, August 30th through October 12th, 2025, plus Labor Day, 10 to 7 p.m., and Monday, October 13th, 10 to 5, rain or shine. You can find out more at kcrenfest.com. And then we've got the 7th annual Bordertown Paracon. It's going to be in Canyon, Kansas. Yay!
Woo!
What's that about?
7th. Oh,
What's that about? Yeah.
What's
it's
that
this
about?
really super cool Paracon. They've got the
No
neatest
way.
people coming. Yeah, there's some
Really
really good
cool.
speakers and
Awesome.
moderators and live streamers. It's going to be, you just need to
Woo!
be there. And if anybody would like to meet us in person, all 4 of us will be there too. So
Of course, they want to meet us in
come
person.
say hi.
I'm
That's
gonna
it. That's all I
shake
got.
your hands.
Yeah,
Everybody.
you made Kansas sound like a happening place.
Right? Yeah. It's
It's
amazing,
it's
isn't it?
It's kind of like a
is.
giant festival of nations all across Kansas.
It is. And I
Yeah.
cut it down in half of what I found. So
Right.
there's a lot
That's
going on
crazy.
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot going on. It's pretty good. You know what you do is you put all the pressure on me. Now I got to say stuff about Arkansas next week. So.
That's right.
I-
I am not going to spare you this time. No.
yeah. Well, it's okay. What I do is I jot down things
Okay,
all
fine.
along, and I leave it at work. my biggest problem is I don't stick my list in my pocket. My
I'll
pocket's
be
open all the time.
prepared.
I
I'll
won't.
be prepared.
No, I mean I will. I will be. All right. But-
Hey!
Okay, we said we're a mucko tonight, right?
Woo! We're a
That's right, we're a mucko tonight.
mucko.
Oh,
So
a mucko.
our guest tonight, he is the lead investigator at DBK Investigations.
Lead
He-
investigator.
Lead maybe it is lead. I'm not too sure. Lead investigator. He is a farmer. He's a farmer. A former co-host of Paranormal Crossings Into the Light. He lives in, and I'm going to totally screw this up. He lives in Oregon, in some city, and I think I'm going to try it here, Scappoose. He didn't shake his head, so apparently I screwed it up royally. He can hear me, I know. I'm watching his facial expressions
He's
like, oh my
laughing.
God, no. But he
That's
is from Helens, Oregon, also, and
St. Helens?
yes, St.
St.
Helens. Yes, there's a saint in there. Yes,
I was there like a
Street.
month or two about 2 months after it blew up. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's been a while ago too.
You remember?
Anyway, let's
God, you're old.
welcome Darrin
Oh,
Scholl.
Woo!
Hey, Darrin.
That's okay. Now you can correct everything he said.
How bad did I
Now.
do on the city? I was going to pronounce it
Terrible.
French, but I'm like, no, that's even worse.
Well, I was born and raised in St. Helens, which is actually Oregon, not Washington. We're named after the mountain because we have a good view of it.
Good of you. There it is over there.
Yeah, there it is over there. And when it blew up, it was that day I was sitting in my parents' backyard because little, and it was like, hey, Mom, Dad, what's going on over there? And oh yeah, that's a volcano. We should probably get inside.
We should probably get
Get inside.
You
My
sound like
brothers lived in Portland, so they
Yes.
got covered with ash, and he had a classic car, got ruined.
Oh,
everything
yeah.
like that. So.
you sound like a typical Midwesterner, man. You out in the storms, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Good
tornadoes. Well, there you go.
but
There you
yeah,
go.
Pacific Northwesterner.
Northwesterner.
born and raised in St. Helens. I actually live in Scappoose, Oregon.
So close.
You were close. It's
I turned it French with an A at the end.
it's all right. It's Oregon, man. What do you expect? I mean, to make you feel any better, my grandmother was born in Arkansas, and until the day she died, she couldn't say Oregon right, and she lived here for 70 plus years. So
So Oregon.
That's
give it
us
an A.
Southerners, Oregon.
That's a big change. That's a big change of climate going from Arkansas
Yes.
to Oregon. So, but when about this time of year, every year, I think I need to move because it's too
Really
freaking hot.
warm. It's really warm.
It is really hot.
I don't like it. I
It's
don't like
been
it at
really
all.
rainy.
They call it a heat dome. I hate heat dome.
It's
I hate
ridiculous.
heat domes with
And
a
it
passion.
and
Well,
it
you're not
covered
necessarily from Arkansas, though. You're from
That's
Oregon.
what, yeah.
um,
No.
Adrian.
Okay, come on. No, I'm
Adrian,
actually. I was raised.
California.
I was raised in California, but I graduated out of Albuquerque, and that's when I joined the military. And then I hopped all over the place. But I lived here more than any place else. So, and every year, July and August, I think about moving back to like Arizona, where it still gets hot, but you
But
don't die.
Oregon would be great though because it's
Dry
right
heat,
there
right?
where
Well,
it's
Oregon,
nice and
I'm
cold all the time.
even back
We're not even letting Darren talk.
when I
He's
was
just like, yeah.
even back when I was 13 years old and I went up there, I was like, Oregon's weird, man.
We're off the rails already, Darren. So sorry.
Sorry.
We went them up.
My podcast is about the same way. I mean,
Do you still
But
do
that's okay.
podcasts?
yeah, we still do our podcasts every Sunday night.
Okay.
Our tagline is "Do you know where your cryptids are?" And a lot of people don't get the fact that, me and my co-host, we grew up in the 70s and 80s, and that was always a thing on TV. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children
You
are?
know where your
Good
children
mark.
are?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we've been throwing in. It's 8 p.m. Do you know where your cryptids are? And not a
I
lot
like
of people get it. They're like, "What do you mean by that? What is that reference to?" And it's like, well, because we're
We're all,
all-
yeah.
70s and
We
80s.
don't know.
We're all nuts. There you go.
We're right there with
That's
you.
right.
No, I like
Right.
it.
No, I
grew up
don't know
with
where
that.
my cryptids are.
I grew up with that tagline. That's awesome, though. That is pretty cool.
It
Yeah,
is.
just
It
trying,
is.
Yeah.
just trying to
It
bring a
start.
little chaos.
It started off
Hey,
with, "Do you know where your children are?" Then they changed it. Excuse me, in the early '70s to, "Do you know where your parents are?" That's
Never
what they
had a
did.
clue.
that,
All.
that's
I never heard that one. I've always heard
Really?
the children one.
Well, it's a St. Louis thing. What can I say?
what is it? Was it
It's
in reference
mid.
to dementia or something? And your parents left? What?
Probably.
I don't get
Yeah.
How to
it.
freak out all the little kids anyway. Nothing else.
Yeah, right? Do you know where your
No.
parents
Thanks
are?
for bringing.
No,
Are
it's
they
Thanks
8
for bringing us.
o'clock.
spying
Thanks for
on you?
thanks for
Are
bringing
they
us down, Ken.
watching you? Are they near you? What are you doing that you need to worry about where your parents are? So
I have no idea.
anyway,
Darren, what has been your
Have
most
you been you,
memorable experience?
you've been dipping into your eyeball medicine. All right, Darren. Yeah. First,
okay.
before we get into your paranormal experiences, why are you into
Why are you in the paranormal?
why?
I had no choice. My
Oh,
grandmother was from Arkansas, so
Yeah.
we're going to lay that out. So my parents would always leave us with, grandma on the weekends.
Mhm. And
And so since I was little, it was, most grandparents, you're going to read your grandkids, we're going to read Snow White tonight. We're going to read all these other things. No, my grandmother would tell me all the legends and myths of the Ozarks and everything else and
yeah.
ghost stories. I was inundated at an early age that, this is normal. I mean, oh yeah, we're going to talk about, where there's this phantom train that comes through town over here, and we're going to tell ghost stories all night long. And, you know, everyone else
great.
like, really? Your grandmother would tell you all these scary stories? I go, yeah, it was just normal. It was growing up. So,
Awesome.
the paranormal was just normal to me. It was, if I thought I saw something, oh my God, I thought I saw a shadow in the doorway. There
You
was
did?
never it wasn't anything. It was always, well, let's investigate and see what it is.
Investigate that, yeah. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. So you were always into it.
I had no choice.
Yeah,
It was
that's funny.
no choice whatsoever. It was the norm.
Good.
I mean, like,
So
go ahead.
I was gonna say. So when did you actually totally get involved and immersed into it? Even though you had that upbringing, which was great. For me, it was my dad and monster movies. That
Monster.
that was our thing for 18 years. But so what kind of pushed you over the edge? I'll say, use that word, and
Let's make a team.
really got into it. Yeah.
Oh God, it was meeting a pair of investigators, a husband and wife duo. They actually lived out here in Scappoose. They were doing like a book signing one night, and they were just like, oh yeah, you can do this as a hobby, and here's all the equipment you need. And it was like, oh, so there's more I can do than just pendulums and other little Ozark type things that Grandma would teach us. Of oh yeah, if you want to speak to spirits, do this and this and this. And it's like, oh hey, you can actually do more than just what I was told. All right, well let's learn, let's do this.
That's
And then
right on.
that was 30 years ago, and I have never looked back.
Oh, I
Wow,
love
so you've been
that.
doing this for quite a long while then.
That's
Quite
cool.
a long time.
So
Yeah, that's crazy.
what kind of tools did your grandmother teach you to use besides the pendulum?
Pendulums.
Pendulum, dowsing rod.
Okay.
Most grandparents would not have a Ouija board for you to learn on.
Okay.
Mine did.
Okay.
Nice.
So,
You had a cool
Well.
grandma.
Come here, grandkids. Let's all get possessed together.
You had a cool
That's,
grandma.
that is pretty awesome, though.
That is.
yeah.
It is.
So it was like, you're 7, you can learn. Here's how you do it.
Yeah.
So did she have a back?
Goodness.
Did she also have a background in this type of stuff that she was really fascinated with it and shared it with you?
Her upbringing was basically, everything is real. Bigfoot's real, Goatman's real, UFOs are real. She just never doubted it, and it was just a normal thing for her. Of, oh, okay, like great grandpa just died. Let's try to talk to him and get the dowsing rods, and we're going to do a spirit session and try and talk to him. And it just everything was just normal. So it's like, all right. And, I was brought up that way. My brother's not so much. He's more of a skeptic. But yeah, it growing up with Grandma was just kind of a weird situation. A couple weekends ago, we actually went back to her old house, which is actually outside of an old abandoned town site here in St. Helens. And it's the first time I've been back in like 30 years. And so it was kind of a moment I needed to just kind of go back and kind of witness everything. And, it was like living there, staying with Grandma on the weekends and sometimes a week long, during the summertime. It was a Chinook burial ground and a Chinook village.
Oh, cool.
So there were many nights, midnight, Grandma would wake us up and go, oh, the Phantom Riders are coming through the swamp. And you'd wake up and you see, a line of, natives on horseback riding into the chief's grave. So, I mean, it was just a lot of normality, that, okay, well, this is just normal for us to do. And, oh yeah, get up, kids. Here they come. And, you go out and look at the window and you see Phantom Riders going past, and it was just normal. It was, and then if there was like, Bigfoot, Grandma always told me, oh yeah, Bigfoot's real. We saw him all the time in Arkansas. And, this was the name we had for him. And I forget what it is. So pardon me on that.
I bet you they shave. I bet you Bigfoot shaves around this time of year because it's too freaking hot to be that much fur.
Well,
especially in Arkansas.
Did she call him?
The whole skunk ape probably came around about that because they all stink.
Did she call them wood boogers by any chance?
Yes, wood boogers. We did an episode, a whole month-long type series on our podcast about Arkansas and wood boogers. God, I don't remember everything else, but it was like growing up, learning all these stories, and then because it's just such a simple words, like Lugaroo was one that she said a few times.
Rougarou scary.
Yeah, and then there was
Ozark Howlers and
the growl row, I think it was.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it was just like growing up. You hear these words and you hear these myths and these legends, and they come back as an adult and be like, okay, let's really dive down deep into these things. She always told us, oh yeah, we saw So the gal row the other day, when I was growing up, the gal row came out and was wandering around the town, and uh, again, it was just normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So you never had that. So when you actually started investigating, you never had that like dude run kind of moment. It was all because when you saw something, that was like, well, it's just that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cousin, who is actually half native, he actually lives with his tribe full time on the reservation. He's always giving me crap because he's like, only you, cuz there's a demonic force going on, and he knows all my cases. We all fancy names for all of them because, like my crew, if we bring up, say, the Tiger Demon House, all my guys are like, oh, yeah, I remember that case. And like
Yeah.
my cousin's like, only you, cuz, would go into a house with a demon and face off and yell and scream at it like a crazy person. He's like, the normal person would turn and run away. You're running into the house. Um, so I'm like, well, yeah, that's my thing,
That's my thing.
Gotta want to prove it. If you want to prove it, you gotta do it.
So
So,
Curiosity in the
so,
family.
so when
so
you
what?
do your investigations, is it mostly what? I mean, do you do mostly cryptids, or do you do ghosts, UFOs, everything, or what is the main thing?
Mostly it's ghosts. That's what we started out as doing. Um, about 6 years ago, we got into Bigfoot because we are just dumb lucky, and that's the
In the
only way we
Pacific
can.
Northwest, you have to be in the Bigfoot. It's like
Yeah,
Well, the,
I'm
the
there.
thing
no
was,
place.
so the thing was, we went up to this old abandoned house where it has its own twisted history to it, and we're like, okay, we're going to do a paranormal investigation at this old home site. We did that. I got a lot of voices, got a lot of communication with everything. And we're like, okay, well, the old graveyard for this place is down the hill a little bit. Let's go find it. So, and this is why we're dumb lucky. And all my crew will say the same thing. It's just dumbass luck. Um, 6 white guys go on a mountain where we've never been before. We all scatter to the four winds looking for this thing. So again,
Sounds
your
like the
horror movie.
beginning of a horror flick.
Exactly. Horror movie trope. Don't separate. Don't, stick together. But yeah, we spread out and we just stumbled upon, we're like, okay, well, we got our notes of, the historical society saying, well, go here, go here, go here, go here, and here's the coordinates for it. We go to where it is and it's wrong.
Oh
So,
no.
we get on the radio, we call everyone back together, and as we're standing where this graveyard is supposed to be, there's a little field right next to it. And one of my guys, my skeptic, looks over and he goes, there's something looking at us. And we look down in the little field there. It's a little drop off to it. There's 2 female Sasquatch and 2 juveniles. And they're stopping and
Wow.
looking at us, and they're peering behind trees. And I mean, we're locking eyes with these things. We're probably about a good 50, 60 feet away from them. And we're all just like, well, okay, all right, this is happening. And, we're like, looking at them and watching them. And one of my guys goes, give out the hoop. Give the hoop. I'm like, okay, well, my brother was the Bigfoot guy. And he's a little skeptical on ghosts, but he was the Bigfoot guy. So I give out a hoop because my brother's like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And he's like, oh my God, this is bad. They're there. They're real. So I give out the hoop and we get a response from behind us. Far deeper. Well, my brother is a parole officer and none of us have any protection. We're just, we're just dumbass guys walking through the woods, no backpacks, no water, no food, no weapons, no
That's like the
knives.
beginning of a joke.
Yeah.
It's very much a horror movie.
Yeah.
But so that hoop comes from behind us and it's not my tone.
Oh
Well, we
no.
look back. My brother, who is about 6'2", about 280, is running up the road. He is gone.
He
So
had his big man moment. Okay.
yeah, he ran. We stood there and went, oh, I wonder what's going on.
Bigfoot food. Yeah.
Yeah, so as we all turned to look up the hill to be like, okay, we're being surrounded. We probably need to figure out what's going on. The two females and the two adolescents happened to have absconded. They got out of there in a hurry. But it's like, we got one on thermal. So my guy's got a thermal camera and he's taking pictures, and there's this large heat bloom behind one of the trees.
Oh wow.
That's pretty
So
cool.
I mean, so
Oh.
we turn around, we look back at them, they're gone, and we're like, okay, well maybe we should leave now.
Good
So,
idea.
yeah, good idea. So any normal person probably would have said, all right, you know what, let's never come back here again.
Oh, y'all decided to come back.
We have been going back to the same
How
area
many
for
times?
6 years.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm not a Bigfoot hunter. I'm not into UFOs. I'm not into any of that stuff. Although my first paranormal encounter was a cryptid, I still were 100% ghost. But if I were to have an experience like that, I'd have to go back. I'd be
Right?
well armed, but I would have to go back. The question I have to ask though is, how did you know they were females? I mean, did they have their hair done a specific way? I mean,
Uh,
Curlers.
They have their hair did.
they definitely looked like the Patty video. They were very
Yeah.
stacked up
Dowd.
top.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll
Gotcha.
leave it at that one.
And they
But-
had kids too. And
But,
plus,
like,
they
over-
were, plus they were monitoring their kids too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the two little kids, which, I mean, they were about 5 feet tall, but they were cute little buggers.
Andy Griffith was always out with his boy. Anyhow. But anyhow, I'm just saying. No, I had to ask. So one of those things. I didn't know if they were wearing like little skirts
You know
or
what's
something like
really
that.
cool about that is you unintentionally had a experience that so many people try to have all the time. That's
Yeah.
really neat to actually see pretty much a whole grouping of them. That's
But isn't that the way
family.
it is with
Well,
most of the stuff that happens by accident? You're like, oh my god, and then now you're going to look for them. Have you had any experiences since then?
I have
But
had
this-
multiple experiences with the same
on.
family unit over 6 years.
wow.
Oh wow.
That's awesome.
Cool.
So
We-
It
we
must not
have-
be tasty because I would have been eaten by now.
what's
We have sat down and we've taken witness statements. We've clocked out the time of year. We know that they've been setting traps for elk because we have a big elk reserve up in the hills here.
Mhm.
The elk follow a basic pattern of coming down to this actual city of Scappoose in the wintertime for food. And then we've basically just been cataloging everything. And then we go out in March, April, May, and that's where we have the most time in this one certain location on the hillside we got. We've had footprints. We've had rocks thrown at us. We got hit with the blast of smell, just that rancid skunk ape smell, which we've started to look at and go, okay, we think that maybe this is like a skunk. Because we were coming down the same old logging road that we always go to, and we could hear something in the creek next to us. And we stopped and we're talking about it. And we're conversing and then, okay, well, what's our next plan of action here? What are we going to do? And that smell just hit us. And it was a quick, immediate, just woof, like a skunk. And then we're like, okay, well, that stinks really bad. And that, it smelled like dead meat eaten by a bear, crapped out by a bear, sunbaked, and then re-eaten by a bear, and then repeated. Repeat the process. It was bad. But we're like sitting there and we're like, okay, this is crazy. And that's when we notice a couple trees on the bank of the creek folding down and then snapping back up.
Ooh.
And then something kind of like darting up over the bank on the other side. So we believe it was one of the juvenile males who was basically like a we call it a guard, and he's basically telling us, "Hey, you need to get out of here because where we're going, we've been finding what's some people in Washington call nests. So it's like this big built-up nest, and it's full of ferns. Like they're plucking ferns off of everything, stuffing it and into these nests, and then hanging them up around the trees. Well, in the bid to figure out, okay, got to figure out food sources, water sources. What would a large mammal need to survive out here? Ferns have a medicinal property for childbirth. So they're using the ferns in these nests to give birth, to take care of, lactating, menstrual bleeding. It's giving them what they need to survive childbirth, which is just mind blowing.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Now, let me ask you this: while you're out there, when you first encountered them, you said you had no weapons, really nothing. Do you not carry stuff now? And the reason I'm asking is because since you didn't have anything on your first visit, they trusted you enough to allow you to see them. And now
The government does not listen to our podcast.
No, it does not at all. But that has given you a better opportunity to get in a little bit closer, I'll say, to witness a lot more stuff. Does that make sense?
There's a reason why we only go in April, May, and June for the Bigfoot, because what happens in June, July, and August, we do pack for it. Again, this is just stupid luck. Okay, let me backtrack a little bit before I go into the summer months. So this past April, we took up ghillie suits, and yes, we were armed for this one. And we decided we were going to camouflage ourselves instead of just doing like a major trek and hiking everywhere. We're like, okay, we know that they're here in this location. Why don't we just go and lay along this creek bank in these ghillie suits, and we'll just lay down and we'll just spend an hour or two and just see what happens. And we had a new team with us, and they were very skeptical about it. And they got in the ghillie suits, and we're laid out about 10 feet apart from each other. And you could hear something big coming through the creek. And as I'm laying there, so I'm in a big old ghillie suit, and I'm just laid out flat, I haven't moved, this thing starts cooing. That's the only way we can describe it. It's like a mother cooing a child. Like it sees me.
Aww.
And it's cooing.
Being eaten.
Well, we think that it was one of the other females, and it sees that I'm down and I'm not moving. So it's kind of, we just got that impression that it was like,
sad.
As it's coming closer to us, which kind of freaked me out because I'm like, okay, well, this is going to be cool, but it's getting closer and getting closer. Well, all my other guys are hearing the same thing too. So the younger crew, they're hearing it. Unfortunately, my body camera was covered up because it's a ghillie suit. We didn't think that one through. Didn't think it through. We're learning as we go. But, we kind of got a little spooked. I got up and fled back to the trucks. And as I'm running through the woods, I have drawn because I'm like, okay, I don't know what this thing is. I'm not getting a comforting vibe. And everybody else comes running down, and we get back to the trucks, and everyone's just like, what was that? We heard it. I'm like, okay, as long as you heard it too, and I'm not the only one imagining it. But why we don't go to these spots in the summertime is, and this is more dumb luck.
So please don't say it's mating season.
Ah!
That's why I was afraid of the whole cooling town. I was like, no,
It's like,
Right?
oh no, oh no.
not
Oh no,
not
Uh,
my type.
we've actually figured out that mating season is in June and it's on the backside of the mountain.
oh.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, we figured that one out because we went up in June on the backside of the mountain, and we could hear the big male, the big silverback. We actually did an interview a couple years back, and this guy said, "Yeah, I have this great big male that comes into my yard, and this is his territory." And everybody in the town said, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It sits up on the hill and it doesn't bug anybody." And it's like, okay, you got a town of 20,000 people, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's just a big old Sasquatch. It just sits there. It's not bugging anybody." It's like
That's a Sasquatch.
It just comes in and watch. That's it. It's just a
it just
peeper.
sits on the hill and watches everybody downtown. I'm like, so we've gone there
Just
and
like
we,
beef jerky.
yeah, I mean, we've gone to the
Just
town.
waving.
Yeah, it just sits up there, and we're like, all right. And then we've seen evidence of it. We haven't seen it ourselves, but we've seen where it's been flattening down all the brush and everything. We've seen the big, this trail through the trees where it likes to come and go, and it's like, all right, this is kind of interesting. And our females seem to leave their area and go to meet him on the backside of the mountain every June and July. And what happens in June and July is, so last year we stop at our little location. We go up to the old house again. We're doing a ghost thing. We come back down and we're like, okay, well, we know that in all of our years of experience that the Bigfoot are not in this area in June and July. So why don't we stop off? We'll have lunch. We got, people brought sack lunches and it was kind of cool. And we're sitting there. We had a parabolic ear that we had set up, and one of the ladies that has never done Bigfooting before was like, "Can I use it?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, yeah, just pointing at the woods. I don't know what wall we're going to hear because, over the last, years, we've never encountered anything. There's just nothing here in June or July." And as she's pointing it at the woods, she goes, "I can hear something growling and crashing through the woods."
Oh.
And we're like, okay, well, that's kind of weird. So, my buddy gets out his parabolic dish and we're listening. I'm like, yeah, there's something over there. So, me and my buddy we decide, well, we left a game camera over there. Why don't we go and get the game camera and see what it got? Since it's been recording all, couple days. We get up to it and I'm like, he's got a pistol. He draws and he's like, "I'm going to cover you. I don't know what this is. We have black bear, we have cougar. Maybe it's a black bear. Maybe it's a cougar. Well, just, if something's coming out of the woods at us, we can just pop a shot off to the side. Just use the loudness of the gun to surprise and shock them and avert something." I get up, I get out the game camera off the tree. I happen to look over. There's an 8-foot dog man.
Dog.
Wow.
What?
It's an
Holy
8-foot tall
moly.
dog just staring at me, and I'm like, okay, this sucks.
Oh no.
Definitely.
It sucks.
It sucks.
This sucks. All I have is a buck knife. That's all I got is an outdoor knife on me. No guns.
Oh my
I have just a little
God.
knife, and I'm like, okay, all right, this is where I die.
Right?
Oh no.
So
Wow.
I slide off the hillside, and I'm keeping my eyes on it. It's locked eyes with me. I'm like, okay. I go back to back with my buddy James, and I'm like, dude, it's a dog man. We need to get out of here. And we're back to back, and he's like, there's one over here in the creek. And we've got 2 of them, and they're walking us down. And they're stalking us. So everybody else is over the trucks, and we don't have any radios. We don't have any cameras. It's like just a lunch break. And, we get out of that situation, and we slowly back away, and I've just got a knife. I'm like, what am I going to do with a knife? Stabby, stabby, stabby. I'm already
Give it-
done. I'm
give it-
already
You're
done at
close
this
enough to
point.
get a knife. Yeah, you don't want anyone.
Yeah.
I got a
Yeah, that's
4-inch blade.
a last ditch weapon. Yeah,
That's not gonna
Very
do it.
last ditch.
Use the corkscrew. Use the corkscrew.
Well, you'd be screwed.
Swiss Army
All right.
knives will help you everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Holy cow.
we get to the trucks, we get in, we haul ass out of there. We're just gone. We're done. Well, we look at that. And we're like, okay, well, that's kind of interesting. What are the chances of it happening again? A couple weeks later, I'm at our local supermarket, Fred Meyer's. I'm wearing a Bigfoot shirt. Some little old lady. I'm in the self checkout. I'm just trying to get my stuff and get out. She looks at my shirt, looks at me, and goes, "Oh, you know the Bigfoot are out here in the woods and they fight with the dogmen for territory."
Oh my
Wait, what?
Wow.
Like it's a well-known thing. Oh
What's
my
going
gosh.
on? She's like, "Yeah, I own a farm and they fight in my back field." And I'm like, "Okay." And then I'm like trying to check out real quick. Let me get
Where
my
do you
groceries.
live?
Where do you live? I must know. But she'd already gone. She was already outdoor, got her
Oh,
groceries,
man.
gone. I'm like, "Oh, this sucks."
So there's another 20,000 people.
That's great.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Oh my gosh. Wow, you have had some
Man,
experiences.
You're pretty
don't,
adventurous.
Well,
Ah.
I'm saving this year's.
That's
Okay,
why I
so,
stay indoors.
so I got 2 more little dogman stories for this year that are kind of interesting. So
Oh.
June, we go back up to the same spot. We're like, okay, we know that the Bigfoot go over this direction. Let's go up to the area. Let's see what we got. Maybe it was a one-time deal with the dogman.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a one-time deal. We get up there. Everything's quiet. There's no birds. There's no animals. There's no sound whatsoever. We are all armed. There are 3 of us, and we are armed to the teeth.
I would be after that.
Oh, yeah. So we're sitting at, we call it the Blue Gate because there's a blue gate across a logging road. We're very original with our names.
Yeah, no.
So
I like it.
we're at the Blue Gate. We're looking at it. And one of my buddies is like, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look at something. And we're like, okay. And my other guy is following these footprints that go down the hillside, which is weird. It's like, why are there just footprints? It's a size 10 boot. Why is it going down? Well, as we're kind of sitting there and we're separating out again, which probably shouldn't do, I look in the woods and I hear a
Don't
lot
learn your lesson, do you?
we don't learn our lessons, never. So as I'm looking in the woods, I happen to see a dogman peering around a tree, and I'm like, okay, this sucks. My brain short circuits. I have a gun. I should be drawing on this one. As I'm staring at one, I hear a more breaking of trees and limbs and over here, and then I'm like, okay. I turn my attention. Oh, okay, there's 2. And then there's more crashing. And we look over, and there's a third one. It's a smaller one. My buddy comes up from following the footprints, and he's like, "Hey, Doc, you okay? What do you?" And then he sees where I'm looking. And he goes, "Oh crap!" He draws, and he's like, "I see one," and then tension drifts, and he goes, "There's 2." And then he's like, "Here's it again." The third one, the little pup, and he's like, "There are 3 of them." I'm like,
Oh
"Yeah,
my
we
God.
need to go. We need to leave. We need to be out of here. We need to go now."
No, yeah.
Well, as we've all got radios, and we contact our third guy, and we tell him, "Dude, Josh, get back to the truck. We get back. We are out of here. We are outmanned. We are outgunned." He comes running through the woods, and he's like, "There are 3 more of them. I was surrounded." And
Oh my.
yeah, so we get in the truck, and we were like, well, we're here. We don't want to waste the day. Why don't we go further up the mountain and see what we can find? And that's where we were chased by a big male Bigfoot. Well,
Woo.
here's where the story gets really, really crazy. So you think we would learn our lesson. Okay, don't go to the Blue Gate.
obviously you don't.
No, we don't. So we come back from up on top of the summit. We stop at the Blue Gate, and we're like, all right, well, somebody will put a bunch of bottles and cans. Why don't we do some target practice? We're going to assert our dominance.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So we do
Oh.
some target practice. We're smoke some cigars. We're feeling a little cocky. We're like, yeah, what you got? You got nothing.
Yeah.
We get back in the truck. We start doing a casual drive down this mountain road. The guy in the back, my buddy Josh, it's like, guys, there's something running beside the truck.
Oh no.
So I roll down my window like a dumbass, get hit with the smell that's just rancid. I look out. Sure enough, there is something on all fours running beside the truck. We have wasted all of our ammunition.
Oh
My buddy
no.
James, who's driving, says, roll up the damn window, and we tore up the truck to get off
That's
that
so
mountain as quickly as possible.
funny.
Wow.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, us asserting our dominance.
Tells you
You
not
need-
to assert
you-
your dominance.
You need like a 308 at least.
We would need something far bigger than what we had, but it was
Yeah.
it was letting us know that no, you
This is
asserted no
okay.
dominance. You are no.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You wouldn't catch me out there without a shotgun. I don't think.
Wow.
Oh,
So,
and we've been shopping for bigger weapons.
Yeah.
wow. So,
Oh my
Crazy, yeah.
goodness.
Bigfoot, Dogman, ghosts. Okay, we haven't talked about UFOs. What's the connection out
There
there?
we go. Yes.
UFOs.
Is that the green gate, yellow gate, or
Oh
golden
my
gate?
God, you almost killed me.
Golden Gate.
UFOs goes all the way back. My grandmother talked about being followed by a UFO at the family ranch. Then we fast forward a little bit. Apparently, my mother was being stalked by a UFO. And then we like to have this little back and forth, me and my mom. She's like, well, when you were 3, we were coming back from grandma's house up on the farm. And it was a typical Close Encounters of the Third Kind, bright light, car sputters out, it dies. Mom gets out to go look at what's going on. And it came back to me later in life, but, it was the 70s. There are no car seats. There are no seat belts. It's just an old Buick. There were 3 grays that came to the side window.
Oh wow.
So my famous retort to her, and well, you saw a UFO and aliens when you were 3. And I'm like, yeah, and they probably swapped babies. I'm probably an alien baby. How do you explain me?
Well, see, you should have led with that. I live in Oregon, and I'm an alien baby. That
I'm
would
an
have
alien
totally
baby.
changed.
That's fun.
That's funny.
And the reason all these other cryptids come by is because they know him.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh yep. That's
There you
it.
go.
That's it. He's holding secrets.
That'd be
Project
funny.
Blue Book. Where's it at?
But yeah, no doubt.
Nobody
No wonder
heard
you're
that
in
comment.
the. Yeah. So no
Not a-
wonder you're into the paranormal, all that stuff, all along. Yeah. No, I just wasn't that. That didn't have that arc. So that would have been crazy. My mom believed in all this stuff, but I thought she was crazy. So
Yeah, like
Yeah, you know a lot of people were crazy for a long time.
well, I think I'm crazy now because I know things. So I'm like, I don't know. So tell us a little bit about. We talked a lot about your cryptid stuff. Tell us some more about what you've experienced ghost wise.
besides the Phantom Riders,
That was a pretty amazing story. Yeah.
I mean that was spectacular to see. Ghost wise, I've been on World War II ships that were being restored. I had access to them for like months.
Yeah, that's cool.
The restoration crew would just let me just go and do my thing.
That's awesome.
It was a great time. The boat is actually moored outside of Rainier, Oregon, and they're talking about taking it out and sinking it for a reef. It's in
That's a
such
shame, but
disrepair.
yeah.
But
No,
yeah, that one, it was one of my first times on the boat, and the restorers, the crew that was restoring it was just like, listen, man, just go wherever you want to go. Be careful, be safe. It's all yours. We're going to be outside painting. Do what you want to do.
Wow,
So
nice.
I went down in the cargo hold because it was an old LST landing ship. So it was one of the boats that would like beach itself, and then the big bay doors would
yeah,
open, and everything would roll out. Well, I'm down in the bay, and I see a Navy officer walk across one of the gangplanks,
yeah, wow.
and then he
Oh,
goes into what we found out was an old office. So when we went back and we were doing the research on, okay, well, why would there be an officer here? In World War II, the LST actually hit a Japanese sailing vessel. It wasn't a military vessel. It was just a sailing vessel. It was motoring along. It was a lot of fog, and somehow the boats just collided. And the deck officer uh, was killed in that collision.
Huh.
So he's still doing his rounds.
oh
Wow.
wow.
What a drag. Still working. God.
Still
I
working.
know, right? No jobs in the afterlife. Come on now. We don't need that.
No, it's funny. No, that's great.
That is
So,
pretty amazing.
no, let's just say most of my investigations, or almost 100%, have been uh, ghosts. So I tend to lean that direction. But I guess if I lived in a place like you do up there in the Pacific Northwest, I'd be out there, well
Oh yeah.
armed, but I'd be out there too, looking, especially if I've had experiences like that. But
Oh
no, that's
gosh.
amazing.
Dogman,
You say you have a
Bigfoot,
podcast as
UFO.
well?
Jeez.
Yeah, I have a podcast called DBK Unleashed. It's every Sunday night. It's me and my buddy James. We talk about pretty much everything: ghosts, cryptids, sea monsters, lake monsters. We just cover everything that we can get our grubby little hands on.
Yeah, it's pretty much kind of what we do. Just sit there and just yammer about stuff. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
so, it's what we do. We yammer. I
We
like
do.
We do.
We
that's
do.
pretty much
But
it.
we like
So,
yammering.
uh, no, I like it. So you've had a pretty good uh, career, so to speak,
Yeah.
doing all this. So
Experience.
speaking of career, what do you do for a living?
I work for a major airline in the mechanical division.
Cool.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
hey,
Oh.
you keep them up there.
I try.
I try. That's a
That's
good thing.
good.
Yeah,
Good
I like
answer.
that. I like for you to be
I like
successful in your job.
I
You
like
do that.
honesty. Honesty is
Right.
good.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I
So
like
does
that.
that have any like doing stuff like that? Does I mean, because I see
I
the appeal that you have is mostly cryptid, but do you not have like more? Well, would you? How am I supposed to ask this? Oh my gosh,
don't know.
the skies, the skies. Don't, how is your appeal towards UFOs and the aliens? Since you know you are an alien baby and all.
Alien
Uh,
baby.
I have not done a lot of UFO investigations with other clients, but I have seen enough just walking around at night, um, being awake all night long. I've kind of seen things, and it's like, okay, well, let's try to figure that one out.
That's
But
crazy.
I would say yes. We've talked a lot about cryptids, but I do have a huge repertoire with ghosts more. Every
Oh,
September, October, St. Helens has the Spirit of Halloween Town Festival,
Ooh, fun.
and we do what's called the Old Town Ghost Walk every single Friday, Saturday night. And
ooh,
we actually take people to every building that we've investigated in downtown, and we tell you the history, we tell you the ghosts.
oh, that's
Um, I mean, we just did another investigation. We actually did one for an old, it's called the Morgus building. It was the old mercantile. It had a brothel upstairs. It had an
ooh,
illegal poker hall in the back. And that restaurant's going to be hosting us this year. So
All
we get
right.
an hour to do a spirit box session. People can get some drinks, get some food, and then we'll take you literally to every single building we've been to, and we'll tell you everything that you ever wanted to know, the history, the ghosts, the dark secrets that the town has not wanted anyone to know.
Yeah.
That my sister-in-law works for the city, so I get all the dirt.
All the dirt.
Ooh,
Yeah.
all the
Everybody loves a good ghost story. I tell you what, we're at the
Great to
end of
be
the hour.
connected.
What I want to know is I want you to tell the world, give a plug to how to contact you, how to watch your show, how to do all that stuff. Now it's all about that moment. Go for it.
All right. So if you want to catch the podcast on YouTube, it's youtube.com/d.b.k investigations. If you need to contact us, it's facebook.com/d.b.k investigations. We're also on Twitch. I believe it's DBK investigations on there too.
To make it easy, they're all the
nice.
same name. Right on.
Smart to keep it easy.
And
And
it sounds like you offer different tours and events throughout the year as well, not just in the fall.
Yeah, we go where we're needed, where we where we are requested.
Okay.
yeah, no doubt. So good luck to you, and good luck for your event coming up. And try not to get eaten out there.
Yeah, don't get
I'm gonna
eaten, please.
I'm gonna send you to the background. We're gonna talk a little bit. Don't go away because I'm gonna talk to you again. Okay. Here we
All
go.
right.
Thanks for coming on. That was fantastic.
It
Thanks
was
for
great.
having me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
what?
Darrin.
It was very interesting.
Here we go.
All right.
So what are we doing? What are we doing next week? I think we're having another
Um,
podcast.
Next
Larry
week we are having
Eisler,
another podcast. Larry Eisler the third.
the
He's a
third.
paranormal investigator, expedition entity.
Is it the third or the junior?
It. I don't think it's junior.
Senior, junior.
Junior.
Senior,
Junior, the senior, junior.
Sorry,
J3.
sorry, Larry. I can't help it. That's just the kind of guy I am. Larry Eisler. So he is a paranormal investigator. We talk about some more good ghost stories and stuff like that. That's awesome. No, Darrin was fun. That was great. I like that.
Oh, it was very
Yeah.
interesting. So much
Really
much
good.
he has done. That's actually
And-
absolutely
Gonna get
amazing.
everything in here.
And hopefully next year, next week, next year, hopefully next week,
year.
I'll have my ducks in a row and tell you about Arkansas.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully.
Yep.
All right, guys. You know how it goes.
All right,
See you
y'all.
next week. Thank you for
Bye,
hanging out.
y'all.
Been a
Good
great
night,
week.
everyone.
Bye.
Thanks.
So, thought I gave a few exit things and did I put it up there? No. So I'm sure after all this, she's going to tell me about it. I knew there was something I was supposed to do.
Like, there's a new one.
Maybe I'll remember next week, but we'll have new exit credits.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's just adding more
Oops.
people from the tube of